Hi, welcome to Hack and Build, and the first video in my new beekeeping series. In this series, I'm going to focus on simple, low-cost beekeeping. In keeping with the nature of this channel, it's going to focus on building the equipment, and I plan on using recycled materials or low-cost materials wherever possible. My overall goal with this hobby is to keep it simple and not spend a lot of money. To start, I'll be capturing my own bees using these swarm traps, and I've already gone ahead and made some medium-sized frames, and they're foundationless. I'll get into that in a second. What I plan on doing is, with beekeeping, a lot of people use what's called Langstroth hives. It's a standard hive size, and they're modular, so there's different boxes that you can stack on top, and some are used for holding the brood, which are the larvae and eggs of the bees, and the others are used for honey. What I plan on doing is just standardizing on all medium-sized boxes, and that way I can just have medium-sized frames in medium-sized boxes. I don't have to be storing a lot of empty boxes or frames because I don't have a lot of storage space, for one, and it's just going to be easier for me as a hobbyist to have everything all the same size and be consistent. The other consideration I had is whether to go with foundation or foundationless frames. What I have here is a homemade foundationless frame, and the idea is there's a little comb guide up here on top. The bees will use that as a guide and go ahead and draw out comb. The foundation frames has a sheet of, I think they're usually made out of wire and beeswax with predefined cells where the bees will use that as a guide to draw out comb. And the main advantage of those is supposed to prevent cross comb situations. So when you're using foundationless frames, one of the things that can happen is the bees can go ahead and draw comb in between the frames so that when you go to pick these up, they'll be stuck together, or maybe a few of them will be stuck together. I figure rather than spend time mounting foundation in frames or spending money on foundation, I'll just take a little bit of extra time and separate the frames as needed. This isn't a commercial operation, so if I have to spend a little bit of extra time here and there, it's not going to be a big deal. In my next set of videos, I'll be showing you how I made these frames and how I'm going to set up and use the swarm traps, as well as how I constructed the swarm traps. So, if you're interested, definitely check those out. Stay tuned for more hacks and builds. See you next time. Cheers.